Hello, I'm Brendan Nolan and I'm a storyteller and a writer. Have you ever found yourself spitting feathers when it was the last thing that you wanted to be doing? Was spitting silent feathers, is more to the point. Well, I want to share a story with you that shows someone doing just that. But first, let me remind you and myself that when someone sits down to listen to a story that you're telling, it's because they want to hear the story. They don't want to hear in what circumstances you came to find this story. The story should tell all. Be humble and tell well. And if you're telling a series of stories, you're telling several stories, you're at a performance or something like that, tell little anecdotes, little short stories about something else in the gaps before you go on to your next story, rather than rambling on about you met a man at the top of a tree, up a valley, down a hill, in the middle of the desert, and he said, "This is the story you should tell." People don't want to know that. They seriously don't want to know. Or maybe they do want to know, but it'll be after you've told the story. And but people especially don't want to hear your personal opinion on the story. So don't start interjecting comments as you're going along. That's a different thing. Who cares what you think? For if you're telling correctly, then people are listening to the story and not to the storyteller anymore. Don't add in side stories and forget about them. If that happens, you'll arrive at the end of the core story, only to find your audience, or some of them anyway, awaiting the point of the side story that you've forgotten all about because you just mentioned it at the beginning and off you went and brambled off down, and you may find yourself spitting silent feathers as you try to make a response to the question of whatever happened to the man who rode off on the donkey at the beginning of your story. Spitting feathers. As your head nearly spins around, trying to think the rest of it. So stick to the point, for that is the point, and happy storytelling. Happy story for all that. So we'll tell a story. Well, maybe we share a story. And this is a story about Nasreddin, who was a character who lived in Persia many hundreds of years ago. And they still tell the stories of Nasreddin Hoja or Nasreddin Hoja. Wherever you are, you'll have a different pronunciation. But that's my pronunciation for it anyway, it's Nasreddin. And I tell this story because it's a very well-known story, and you might know it, you might not know it. And it's about donkeys. But if you want to tell it and modernise it yourself, you can turn the donkeys into motorbikes. I've heard it told both ways. Anyway, Nasreddin arrived at the border where there was a customs official, and he arrived on his donkey, and he had bags and bags and bags and bags of all sorts of strange shapes. And the customs man came over to him, and the customs man formed the opinion that Nasreddin was a smuggler. And so he asked what was in the bags, and Nasreddin said, "Oh, well, they're dates and fruits and pomegranates and all sorts of things for the market. I'm going to sell them in the market across the border." So the customs man didn't believe him that he was a genuine trader. So he took all the bags, he emptied all the bags, and he filled them all back up again. And nowhere in any of them could he find any contraband material that was being smuggled. And Nasreddin went on his way, only to return an hour or so later with empty bags, riding on the donkey. Well, the customs man said to himself, well, it's not possible for him to have sold all that amount of stuff that quickly in a market. I'll watch for him the next time. And every day thereafter that Nasreddin arrived up on the donkey, the customs man took everything asunder, put it on the ground, he searched everything, put it all back together again. You had to wave him on. And years passed by, and every time that Nasreddin arrived at that customs post or border post, he was examined by the same customs man, and the same thing would happen. Where are you going? Go to the market. What are you smuggling? I'm not smuggling anything. Oh. And finally both of them grew older. And came the day when the customs man no longer worked on the border in the customs post. And one day he was on holiday, or whatever it was at the time. It's later 900 years ago. I don't know whether they had holidays or not. But anyway, he was travelling along and he met Nasreddin. And they fell to chatting and talking about the old days. And, oh, wasn't it great to be young? And, oh, didn't we do this and didn't we do that? And God, now we have wisdom. Well, oh, it's a pity we haven't got our strength, or we'll be, oh, the heroes of the universe. And finally the customs man asked Nasreddin to tell him, please, what he had been smuggling. For the customs man said, I'm not a customs man anymore, and I promise I can't prosecute you or arrest you, and I promise I won't tell anybody else. But please, for my peace of mind before I go to meet my maker, please tell me what you were smuggling. And Nasreddin said, you want to know what I was smuggling? Yes, said the customs man. You were smuggling something, weren't you? Yes, said Nasreddin. Of course I was. Every time I crossed over I was smuggling. And the customs man said, what were you smuggling? And Nasreddin said, I was smuggling donkeys. Yeah. You know, if you want to tell it in modern times, you could turn into motorbikes or whatever you like. I'll leave a reference to Nasreddin Hoxha in the notes below, and you can have a look at it yourself if you want. That's it for this time. If you like the video or like what we're doing, give us a thumbs up down below. And if you care to subscribe, you'll be automatically informed when the next videos are out. So that's it. Thanks very much. Bye.